And that was The Way We Were, not by Barbra Streisand, but in fact by Australian legendary musician and singer Melinda Schneider, who just coincidentally happens to be on the phone. Hello, Melinda.
Hello, Neil. Lovely to be chatting with you again.
It is nice to chat to you again. Now, for the good folks who are listening to this on Monday Night Live, they're going, again, what do you mean? I spoke to Melinda somewhere else a couple of weeks ago. We thought we better tell the good folks of Box Hill and surrounding areas about the fact you are coming to Melbourne with a really exciting tour. Tell us a bit about The Way We Were, the music and life of Barbra Streisand.
Well, it's a project I've been putting together for the last 6 months, and I'm very excited about it because I love Barbara. I was first introduced to her by my mum, Mary, because my mum used to perform, The Way We Were and songs like that in her shows. And I was about 3. I'd be falling asleep under Mum's fur coat backstage and, just hearing these amazing songs. And not long after that, Mum taught me how to play The Way We Were on the ukulele at 3, which was not an easy song for a 3-year-old's fingers to get, around those difficult chords. But I did it, and I used to well up when I was 3 because it was such a sad song. So I sort of attribute this song probably to, the fact that I've turned into a singer-songwriter where I love sad songs of my own. I think it had a bit of an influence on me.
Yeah, and I guess that, a lot of people would have heard that song and immediately be taken back to 1978 when OTC used to use as a tearjerker for people ringing home. But it's got that kind of feel to it, doesn't it? It's a really sad, sentimental song.
It is, yeah. It was perfect for those telecom phone home ads, wasn't it, in the 70s?
Absolutely. So this is not the first time you have done what I might call, and it's a horrible expression, but tribute shows, so, focusing on the music of really well-known artists. I think Doris Day popped up there at one stage and Joni Mitchell and a few of those. What is it about putting together a show about a particular artist? Is it just because it's something you want to do? Are you driven to? I'm just interested to know how you get your head around that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a versatile singer. I like a challenge. I like to sing all kinds of different genres, even though people know me primarily as a country music artist. I've always been capable of singing all kinds of genres of music, and it just keeps life interesting, as a singer. It's always great to challenge yourself, and this absolutely is the biggest challenge vocally I've ever set for myself. And I appreciate Barbra Streisand so much more after learning these songs and tackling these very technically difficult songs to sing, phenomenal. And I have huge respect for her.
Yeah, I guess she also became known as an actor. Is that an area that you're heading off to do after this? Are we going to see Melinda Schneider as the mum in Meet the Australian Fockers, for example?
Oh, I'd love that. I started out acting. I was 13 when I was on a country practice, my acting debut with Terry Donovan, actually, Jason Donovan's dad.
Okay.
So I had quite a big part in a country practice there, and it was wonderful. I loved every minute of it. But I got teased at school a lot, and it sort of broke my heart, and I stopped acting in high school because I just didn't want to stand out. I just wanted to kind of blend in and be left alone. Unfortunately, I should have just changed schools probably, but anyway. Yeah. So yes, I would love to get into some more acting now in my life. I think it would be something I could, face my fears around.
Yeah.
At this stage, yeah.
So Barbra Streisand's music is literally from Broadway through to pop, and so you've got a period of time on stage. How do you choose the songs to go into something like that?
Well, look, all of the biggest ones have to be there. The Way We Were, Evergreen, People, Don't Rain on My Parade. We're doing a wonderful Broadway medley from that Broadway album that she put out, which was a massive album for her. Papa Can You Hear Me from Yentl I'm doing, which is an exquisite song. Enough is Enough, No More Tears, the duet with Donna Summer, which I'll be doing with my backing vocalist.
Oh, I was going to say,
the Donna part.
Donna coming in, that'd be something of a coup.
Yeah, well, she's not with us anymore. That wouldn't be possible.
That'd be a hell of a coup.
Yeah, so it's just all of the biggest and best and most difficult Barbara songs I could fit into this show we have.
Yeah, and we're going to play another one on the way out of this conversation, a song called Woman in Love that Barry Gibb might have had a bit to do with over the journey. You haven't got Barry turning up, have you?
No, I wish. Yeah, we've got Woman in Love and Guilty in the show as well. And it's going to be so much fun singing those songs. They're just amazing songs as well.
Now, you did mention the fact that you do other stuff apart from Barbra Streisand. That doesn't surprise any of us, I know. You put out an album earlier this year, I reckon it was, called Tender, and that tends to be a little bit more the Melinda that a lot of people would recognise. That is a superb album, can I say that? I have my copy up there on the shelf with a nice little message from you scribbled on the front, I might add.
No, thank you. Yeah, and there's more singles coming from that record as well. I've just had to have a little hiatus in the promotion of that one to do this show. But yeah, I'm really proud of that record, and it's great to have another original album out there, released at a very happy time in my life where I'm very much content and at peace. And it's probably the first time I've released an original record when I've been in that state in my life. All of my other albums were released during a lot of struggle in my life where I was not, where I might have seemed happy on the outside, but internally I was absolutely miserable and with the wrong man in my life and all of that kind of thing. So it's really lovely to be, in the best part of my life, settled, happy with my darling Mark of 18 years and my beautiful son and, very, very at peace. So yeah, it's a best time.
And the Mark to whom you refer, he pops up on the album doing a duet, as does Diesel. I suppose we should tell people that the Mark that you speak of is also well known to us as Mark Gable from Choir Boys.
Yes, that's right. We've been together a long time now, and we're a wonderful match.
Yeah,
we're just so compatible, and yeah, he brings me so much joy. He's a very funny man.
And a pretty good singer, you'll find when you listen to that album, which is, of course, available via your website. Now, you also, as if you haven't got enough to do on the 7th of August when you come to Melbourne, we'll talk a bit more about tickets and stuff in a minute, you're also releasing an album on that day of the songs from this particular show.
Yes, I am. We've just finished that and it sounds amazing. I've got a wonderful 10-piece band that's going to be in Melbourne at Hamer Hall with us on this record, and we've got 9 songs and it's so good. My musical director, Stefan Novak, has done some incredible arrangements, and yeah, it's something I'm really proud of. So it's great to have this released on the same day as our opening night at Hamer Hall on the 7th of August.
Now, you will have already heard a track from that because that was from the album that I just played, and I might have had a little sneak preview of the album. Thank you, Melinda. And the song that we go out with after we finish talking to you, Woman in Love, is also taken from that album. So you will have heard 2 nights of the album by the time we get through to the end of this program. So that gives you an idea of just how incredibly good this album is. Now, you are literally doing one night only in all the places you're going to. As you said, the 7th of August, which is 2 Fridays from now, if you like. So not next couple of Fridays, sort of the 7th of August actually is probably the best way to describe it. You will be at Hamer Hall in Melbourne. Get your glad rags out, folks, because I know that Melinda's going to be dressing up nicely for such an important event.
Yes. I've got a beautiful fashion designer in Melbourne actually making me an amazing gown.
So have I.
Linda Britton.
No, I made that up.
You do?
No, Linda doesn't fit
Linda
me.
Britton in Toorak Road. She's amazing.
Nice.
She's dressing me for this concert. Yeah.
Excellent. And then that's the Friday night, Friday the 7th, and then you're off to Adelaide for the 8th of August. So if you're listening in other parts of Australia, Melinda is then heading off to Thirroul in Wollongong and Caloundra and Brisbane and Tweed Heads and then Newcastle, and winds things up on the 30th of August at it's a shack on the harbour called the Sydney Opera House. Are you going to have a crack there as well?
Yeah, we might just do the concert hall, just a little gig.
Oh, why not? I went there to see Russell Morris perform, it's got to be 10 years ago. And there's something incredibly Sydney about standing in the cleverly named Harbour View Bar. I don't know why they call it that, with a glass of champagne and people milling around ready to hear some grouse music. So if you're listening to this in Sydney, folks, circle the date, August 30, Sunday at 7:30 p.m, because that will be an absolute ripper. Speaking of absolute ripper, there is an absolute ripper deal going at the moment on Melinda's website, which unsurprisingly is melindaschneider.com. Not only can you purchase the Way We Were CD, that is to say the song that you've heard and the song you'll hear in a moment, for $30, let's call it $30, $29.90. You can also buy a copy of Tender for $30. Or here's the deal, folks. If you order before the 7th of August, you can buy both for $45. Now, that is criminally cheap, I would have suggested.
And a free set of steak knives.
That's right, yeah. And, I have heard one album, and it gets a fair old run here, and that's Tender, and also The Way We Were. You've heard a couple of songs from that tonight. You will not be disappointed, and you get 25% off. That's the amazing part. Melinda, a very generous offer. You're a very generous person with your time. Thank you for talking to us on Monday Night Live, and we are going to hear from you now with Woman in Love. Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you so much, Neil.